It's 5:30 in the morning on the south side of Chicago, and the best high school basketball player in the entire country is waking up with the birds. 3 days a week, this is his routine. Where he's going in life seems pretty certain. Basketball stardom is just over the horizon. But where he's going this morning may surprise you.
Chapter 8, verse 24, and it came to pass.
Jabari Parker is gaining fame at the tender age of 17. But he says it's not just basketball that defines him, but rather his Mormon faith.
He was 23 inches long when he came out, so.
He came out a basketball player.
Yeah.
Yes.
The youngest of Lola and Sonny Parker's 4 children, Jabari has basketball in his genes. Sonny played in the NBA in the late 70s and early 80s for the Golden State Warriors, and Jabari inherited his dad's passion for the game.
I stink.
I met up with Jabari a few weeks ago at the Church of Latter-day Saints in Manhattan, where we shot some hoops,
Show off.
and shot the breeze about his growing celebrity.
Are you familiar with the publication Sports Illustrated?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Well, apparently, you're on the cover.
Wow.
This is my big reveal.
Yeah, I'm speechless right now. That's pretty nice.
When did you first recognize he had a special talent?
2nd grade, I would take him to practice. The kids were, some of them were 3 years older. His skill level, he could beat all of them on the court. And so from then, I just kind of,
That 2nd grader kept growing, and so did his ability on the basketball court. He met some giants of the game he loves and grew into a giant himself, 6'9" and 220 pounds. Meanwhile, the college coaches came calling.
You got a lot of schools after you, don't you?
Yeah, I have a couple of schools.
Can I recommend the University of Virginia, my alma mater?
Yeah, we can recommend them. I'm looking at almost every school right now. They're not just looking at me, I'm looking at them.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Take that, coaches, right?
All right.
He tells us often, Mom and Dad, don't you guys get caught up in this. That's what he tells us.
yeah.
He tells you?
tells us.
He chose to stay close to home on the south side of Chicago to go to Simeon Career Academy, a tough school in a tough neighborhood. He's led his team to 3 state championships and is a National Honor Society student with a 3.7 GPA, the epitome of a student athlete. He credits his faith with keeping him grounded and focused.
You're a Mormon. Do people think that's weird?
Yeah, they do. Once they think of Mormonism, they will look at a white guy, but it's worldwide.
Do you find yourself having to explain your religion a lot to people?
Well, I do. Many people think that Mormons make their own furniture, and I got that question a long time ago.
Why do you think there are so many misconceptions about Mormonism?
Because it's not very popular, but the church is growing in so many ways, and it's growing rapidly.
And it's trying to change its image. Yet, of the 6.2 million Mormons in America, only 3% are African American. If Jabari ends up in the NBA, he would be the first Black Mormon drafted into the league. But before that can happen, well, let's call it the $20 million question. At 19, Mormons are expected to go on a 2-year mission. That would be right at the point Jabari is eligible to enter the NBA draft and sign a potentially huge contract. So, what will Jabari do? Even his parents don't know.
We have left that to Jabari to decide for himself.
What do you think will happen?
We've encouraged him to, be a good person, and that's all we can hope for.
Jeff Benedict, who also happens to be a Mormon, wrote the profile of Jabari for Sports Illustrated.
There is pressure. It's not that the church puts pressure on you to do it. It's just that there's an expectation that young men in the Mormon church should go. And certainly he feels that. And so there's a bit of a pull.
There's no guarantee he'll have as much gain if he decides to go on a 2-year mission. But Jabari Parker seems willing to be sidelined temporarily to pursue something that for him is even bigger than basketball.